So before I set up my camera, I think we need to do lights. So right now, when we put it onto our input cycles, we can see that it's very dark. It's not looking too nice. So let's do a new collection. Lights. Go to object mode. Add a light. And I'm going to do an area light, but the principle is always the same. Area, spot, sun, or point. We're doing the same thing. We're just adding lights. And here is the light. Sometimes I'm actually going to change the view. Because my cursor was there, that's where the light went. So now, this is where my area light is. And I want to move it, so I'm going to move it down a bit. And it needs to face the kitchen. So we're gonna do GR, we're gonna rotate it, and we're gonna rotate it on this axis. So GR and Y and GR and Z. And that's how we're going to get it more or less where I want it without crashing out. So now I'm going to, I don't know, just move it a little bit. Not like that. Like here. So right now I don't know what it looks like. So now this is where we're gonna go to our cycles. And there's two ways of that's actually, I'm lying. There's one way of doing it, but I'm going to have this one be where my light is, because I want to see where the light is. So let me just add everything here. We might do this. So here is our where my light is, and here I'm going to put it as I'm going to put this on as cycles. So now we can see when I come here and I change my light, I'm going to put 1000 watts. Now you can see how the light changes, and then now that I'm moving, you see how it takes like a while to render. So that's why it's easier to do it on this side, just to see where I'm putting it, and then it will just render on its own. And I'm also pressing the wrong thing. So here I'm like, okay, where do I want the light? Do I want it around here? You know, if I want it here, should I move it back? Whatever it is that you want to do, you can see here how it's going to affect the the light. I also think that this is not bright enough. So I'm going to go here and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now it's brighter. And you can change the light to here. And I kind of like this because it's like, let's say it's nighttime, she's got the night light on. I feel like this is going to crash. When it's on cycles, it does take up a lot of, it just does take up a lot of, I don't know if you can hear my fan. It does take up a lot of energy. So right now I'm happy with this, and then I might do another copy and paste. Sorry, might do another copy and paste area light, and then I want to put it at the top, so I'm gonna actually do my other trick where I am gonna put the cursor here, and then object snap to cursor, and I'm gonna just rotate it. Oh. So for now, this is like obviously very sloppily done, but for this I'm just, yeah. So we've got a light. I'm going to move to Eevee, and now you can see in Eevee it's not as great, but it's all right. And then let's go back to layout. And so here we are. We have our lighting, and we can also now add our camera. And I'm gonna add one camera here. Gonna add camera, and I'm gonna go to view, align active camera, because I don't know where the camera, usually they just, it saves me from trying to find where the camera is put. And I want it to be, let's say I want to frame it like this. I definitely don't want the gray in. So actually I can also, okay, I'm being a bit pedantic here. There's some gray here, but if we go to frame bounds, you'll see that there, I'm actually not going to get any of the gray, or am I? I am going to get the gray. So what we can do is obviously add the living room, and now it's going to have a bit of the living room. Anyway, we don't need to get into like how perfect our framing is. This is how you add a camera. And remember when I told you to knock the walls, the kitchen walls down? It's because guess what? What if you want a camera on this side? That's why you need to knock the kitchen walls down. And now you can put a camera here. File, add camera. Then we'll type on here, view, align. Now we can adjust. We can also adjust by going to view here, camera to view, if you can see, camera to view. And then I'm going to move my camera where I want it to be seen. And let's say I want it to be here. That means we have to add the utility back in. And now she is in our frame. And we are perfect. So we've got her coming into frame, and we've got her walking into, we got her walking towards camera, and we've got the camera watching her walk to the sink. So these are how I would organize my files. And then what I would also do is go to File, Scenes, and I would save this as a master scene. Because, I'll tell you what now. Once you go here and you press full copy, and let's say it's going to be scene 01. So let's say scene 01. It saves all of our lighting. By the way, remember to uncheck this once you're done, because otherwise it will move the camera with you. So this is scene 01, and we are ready to do this. But anything that happens here, we still have the master scene to go back on. If we mess up or whatever it is, also make sure to save. So I'm going to save it here. Lego tutorial, I'm just going to save it. Lego 01. Okay, so save it as whatever you want. I'm just doing that for now, because this is what we're working on. So we've got our lighting, we've got our camera set up. And now we are going to animate on the next video. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for being here, and I hope that this was helpful. And now we are ready to animate.